and then tap.
Hello?
Yeah, ta-da.
Okay, fingers crossed this is working. I hope it's working. Hello, is anybody there? Okay, maybe I should just start stitching, see if anyone joins me.
Fine. Finish.
Okay. Let's wait and see if anybody is awake. I know this is early. I decided to do it early in case there was any problems. Either audio or video or just live stream problems. So hello Lolly. Can you hear me okay? Let's wait and see if she answers me. I'm all good. Oh, thank you. That's good to hear. Okay, I'll just start stitching and then see if anybody's going to join me. Can you see everything okay, Lolly? Oh, didn't want to do that. Sorry, moving stuff around. Chat is working too. Good stuff. Although I can't see it from this far away, so I'm having to look at it on the iPad. Let's see if I can move it on the iPad. There. Okay. Hello there, gorgeous Maggie. How are you? Trust Mags to be my first person. You're going to be my guinea pig. I'm guinea pigging with you to see if this works. What are you stitching on? What Heidi are you stitching on today? It's all very accomplished. Lots of split screen stuff. Well, I do like to try for you. I was trying to make it so that it worked. So that there's a little bit of everything. You get a little bit of me, you get a bit of the chat, so that for those that don't want to have the chat open, you can see it on the screen. And obviously me stitching, which, although I haven't stitched anything yet, but I know that. Oh, you're working on mini seahorse. Ooh. I hope I'm going to see you at the next retreat that I'm going to. Because it's been a while since we hung out. Where am I? 1, 2. Thank you, Lolly, for all your help. Mags, honestly, none of this would be happening if it wasn't for my gorgeous daughter, because the technical side of it was a little bit more testing than originally thought. So Lolly's been in here crawling around on the floor, basically trying to make sure that everything's as it should be. So, oh, September, cool. Can't wait to see you at the retreat in September. Feels like forever since I last went to a retreat, I've got to be honest. I'm going to stick my chart over there out the way so I can see what I'm doing. As long as you can't see that. Oh, you can see the corner. Where am I? So we've got gorgeous weather this weekend. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do this and test it, I'll test it now. Well, it's nice and early, and it's just UK people, so that it doesn't look terrible if it goes really badly wrong. And I thought, well, I'll get it done early this morning, so that I can go out in the garden, because I'm fancying a bit of sunshine today. Celeb on TV. Well, there's something I've not been before. I've never been on somebody's TV before. That's new, even for me. But I do understand needing the iPad, because we are the Haid gurus. So iPads are a necessity. I wouldn't even like to try and do a Haid with the actual paper chart. Even if it was an enlarged one, that still wouldn't be enough. Not for these eyes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good job I can count, isn't it? So yeah, as I was saying, Mags, I thought if I get this test done this morning, so that I could make sure that it's all working appropriately, that still gives me the day to sit in the garden, because that's a necessity, and do a spot of chilling in the sun, because this pasty little face is in desperate need of some sunshine. And then if this one goes all according to plan and swimmingly, and nothing just stops abruptly, so if I just stop abruptly, I'm really sorry. I'm just hoping that technology is going to work and just continue to work without any hitches. And if I do get a hitch, then obviously I've got Lauren, who's now in her bedroom Lauren, are you still online listening to me, or have you logged off now that you think I'm up and running and good to go? Okay, so you're still stalking. Fabulous. Just make sure you carry on stalking in case all of a sudden something goes wrong. And then I'm like, Lauren, what do I do? Hello, Jenny Overstitcher. What fabric is that? This is Chromatic Alchemy in the colourway Cyrus. I think it's a 25 count. Yeah, 25 count. She does some gorgeous fabrics. I was part of a Fabric of the Month club until I ended up with so many fabrics. I thought, this really needs to stop, because you actually need to use them to stitch on them, not just acquire them and store them, which is what I was doing. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. As you can see, I'm struggling to count and read at the same time. Do you know what? You should definitely head on over and order some fabric from her. She does lovely fabrics. Sometimes when I've had hand-dyed fabrics, I struggle to actually see the holes because it's been hand-dyed, but I never get that problem with the ones from Chromatic Alchemy. Good morning, Donna. I know it's early. I thought if I do this nice and early, if there's a problem, then it won't matter too much. So good morning. I hope you've got some sunshine there. Greetings from Italy. You've still got to finish your Easter chick. Well, you best hurry up with that Easter chick. Time is ticking now, running out. My plan was to do this little test stitch with me, because that's actually what we're doing. I thought if I do a test stitch with me to make sure that everything is going according to plan and that it does work, I thought if I do that now while it's nice and early, I can still go in the garden and do a smidgen of chilling in the garden, and then maybe do a stitch with me over the Easter weekend, like in the evening time, to align with the US. What's that, Donna? No, you still have fog, but you do live by a river. Ah, well, apparently the fog is supposed to burn off, so I'm sure the sun is coming your way. It's lovely. I mean, we had fog this morning, to be honest. We did have some fog, but it was it burnt off very, very quickly this morning. Well, hello in Australia. Well, I didn't even realise you was in Australia. Wow, it's night time. So let me just check. So if you're in Australia, does that mean now that we're in our spring? Is that the equivalent to autumn there? Or are you still in your summer? Hola! Janet, loving the nails, Mrs. Why, thank you so much. I've had them, yeah, I went with a different colour than normal. Thought I'd try something a little different. Plus, I've got a wedding to go to on Saturday. My niece is getting married. So I'm trying to sort of colour code myself a little bit. And you know what it's like when you get your nails done rather than doing your own nails. You just sort of sit there thinking, well, what have I got going on in the months so that I know what colour, because I'm not going to keep going and getting my nails changed every 5 seconds just because I've got an event of some description to go to, which is not very often. So it's, oh, so you're autumn, but you're still getting summer weather. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of your sunny weather. I know that, well, I mean, I know we've got some sunshine now, which is great, but I don't think they're sure how long it's going to last, this sunny weather we've got. Hello, Linda from Northern Michigan in the USA. Wow, you're an early bird, aren't you? What time is it there? 30 degrees Celsius yesterday. Yeah, okay, now you're making me very jealous. I'm not sure what I think today we're supposed to get to about 20, 21 degrees, I think, is the plan. Yeah, you're laughing. My 20 odd degrees really just doesn't even come close to your 30, does it? Just make sure you get, you get some from me. Because we've got a little ways to go before we start hitting anywhere near 30 degrees. Well, that's if we even hit 30 degrees. Being that we're in the good old UK. Although we did have rather a heat wave last year, didn't we? Last year I think we got over 30. But that's quite rare. We normally sort of like in the high 20s. It must be to do with the global warming. So as you can see, I picked an easy colour and a bit of block colour to stitch and talk to you, because otherwise I'm not going to be very good at this, I don't think. I think it's going to take a little bit of practice, is chatting and stitching. It's 5 a.m. in Michigan. Cold and raining, well that's not good, is it? And snowing 3 days ago, well, cold and rain is better than snow, admittedly, but oh no, we've got sunshine at the moment, and apparently our Easter weekend's supposed to be lovely. Supposed to be. Hello, Netherlands. You're working on your QS April Fairy right now. Actually, in a sandwich. You've got to eat every hour and a half. Oh, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Only too well. What have you got in your sandwich? I hope it's something nice. Oh, nearly. Oh, wiggling. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, cross stitch button. Nice and sunny today. Good to hear. You're catching some of those rays as well. I'm planning on making sure that I get this bit of stitching live done, and then go and head out into the garden with a nice cup of tea. Because that's a rarity, isn't it, for al fresco breakfast and al fresco tea. or for al fresco anything actually. That seems a bit strange. The camera seems to have stopped moving. Can you see me stitching? You can't, can you? Let me mess with the camera. Oh, there you go. I don't know what's going on with the camera. The camera has a habit of just, I don't know, automatically switching off. It's got like a bit of a life of its own. So if all of a sudden you see me stop stitching, you'll need to sort of say, Teresa, it's all just stopped. I fixed it, Lolly. So for those that have just joined this, I've got my daughter who's basically watching from her room because she's helped me set this whole thing up, and she's making sure that everything is going according to plan. So if all of a sudden something goes wrong, I do have someone to call and go, Laura, quick, help, something's happening, something's gone wrong. Got technical standby on standby. It's about 19 degrees Celsius here. Hope we don't get a heat stroke again like last year. No, you did actually get you got the heat wave as well, didn't you? We all did. It was not very bearable. And you definitely don't want to be pregnant in a heat wave. Can I ask how far along are you? When's our due date? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6. Hi from Australia. Hope you're having a lovely evening. Actually 20 weeks today. My due date is September the 5th. Oh, so you've got to go all the way through the year, really, haven't you? Oh, the little flutters. That's lovely. Where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7. Need 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, lost my thread now. That's not good, is it? What's that? It's lovely here. We're finally entering autumn after a multitude of heat waves. Lucky you for the heat waves. Your daughter's 6 years old. Oh, so she's got a little brother or sister on the way. How exciting. At least she'll want to help help mummy with the baby. Fudge, you need to go and sit down. The dog now wants to come and sit on my lap. So, no, I don't think so. Oh, lover. Well, at least you'll have your little helper to help you. Okay, where are we? Right, hold on, people. I need to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 3 more. One, 2, 3. Yeah, I thought it was about time I'd done a spot of stitching this morning so that I could go and do what I needed to do. I was testing the live stream, trying to get the setup right the other day, and there was all these people that, because it went live, but obviously I wasn't on it. I think they must have thought that I was going live. So there was all like, hi Teresa, and I was just like, oh no, no, we're not actually going live. We're just making sure that we've got the setup so that it will go live. It was awful. I felt I was sort of letting people down because they were obviously sitting there waiting for me to come on. But every time I tried to load it, because I wanted to try and load it to see whether I could load it without actually physically going live, but to make sure that the setup would work for when we went live. But it just kept putting me live all the time. What's that? The trick I've started doing is putting in a full cross every 5th stitch. I like that idea. At least I wouldn't need to count so much. Good tip. Thank you for that. That is a really good tip. You're obviously braver than I am. I'm too afraid to put my face on YouTube. I'm not sure brave comes into it. It's stupid. No. I think it's all right. Once you do it once or twice, it's fine. It's the initial, the first time. The first time it's like you don't know what to say, you don't know where to look, you don't know what to do. Which chart am I stitching on? I'm stitching on my Andromeda by Nora Corbett, Mirabilia. There you go. How am I filming from above? Well, I don't know whether you can see it in this. Where is it? See this here? This is a camera up here, which is acting like a webcam, but without actually being a webcam. And then I have a webcam that's in front of me. So that's how I'm managing this. Well, we're trying to manage this, although the camera every now and then does just sort of, the overhead camera does just stop for no apparent reason. And I have no idea what the battery life is on the camera currently. So if all of a sudden my stitching disappears, then that will be because the camera has stopped working. Are you filming from above? I'm saying on my channel, still come across nervous and they're not very long. They don't, Donna, they don't need to be long videos. And as for the nerves, trust me, my first videos that I done, I mean, not that I go back and look at them if I can help it. It's like not something I want to revisit. It's just, yeah, they're a mishmash. And the nervousness is unbelievable. And I just rambled. Very much rambled. But then all of a sudden, I don't know, I think the more you do it, the frequency, the more The more you talk about your stitching, the more natural it becomes. Because it is really odd just sort of sitting there talking to yourself, because you know you're talking to yourself. So then, and then you sit there thinking, but I'm loading it. Well, I love your videos. You're just so you. A lot of videos are too set up. I mean, that people tend to act once they film themselves. Oh no, I am. What you see is what you get. I'm afraid. Hi, Karen from Australia. Thank you. As Lolly say, you should get about an hour's worth of stitching time with the battery. Lauren, how long have we been online for? You don't actually expect me to know that. You have to look on your setup. Really? I can't even see the setup from here. Well, hello there, Mrs. Slater. You're keeping me company while I'm working. Are you working? What are you doing? Bottom right corner of the screen. Bottom right corner of the screen. Do you actually expect me to be able to see that bottom right hand corner of the screen from here? It's miles away. I'd need magnifying glasses to see that. By the way, how old is your daughter? Just curious. My daughter is 19 years old and just about to finish her A-levels and go off to uni. Although I say go off to uni, as we've already discussed on my YouTube, she's not going off anywhere. She's very much staying at home with mummy. But she'll be going to more of a local university. And Lauren, what is it you're going to study? What course are you doing for your degree? Working from home today. Oh, look at you with the working from home. Good to hear, Lucy. So I hope you're making good use of some sunny weather. You are getting some sunshine up there, aren't you? Oh, now that you have moved to a town with decent internet, to get back into doing floss tube. Oh, you've moved recently. I'm not even going to ask where you was and how bad your internet must have been then if you couldn't do your own floss tube. Do you know what? I think I've got... That's it. Yeah, contacts. I look so young. I can assure you I'm not young. But thank you for the compliment. That's it. So Lauren's going to uni to do IT for business management. Needless to say, the IT skills come in very handy for my my requirements. I've got a knot at the back of my work. Oh, come on, really? I'm going to have to unpick. Right, you're going to see a big knot at the back now. I apologise. Hi, Amelia. Thanks for joining us. Getting better over the weekend. Yes, Lucy, looks like we're in for a bit of a heat wave. So you're going to need to make sure that you don't do your Easter hunt outside for your kids. It could get a bit messy. Needless to say, having a 19-year-old, I don't need to worry about chocolate Easter hunts. She just gets a chocolate egg. Unless, of course, she's on a diet. If she's on a diet, then she doesn't get a chocolate egg. "2:27 a.m. here. What on earth are you doing awake?" Why are you awake at 2 a.m. in the morning, or 2:27 in the morning? What am I going to do about this knot? Nothing quite like a bit of live. Oh, there we go. Live unknotting. Linda, you're way younger than this great-grandma of 5. Great-grandma of 5. Congratulations, Grandma. Wow. I bet your Christmases are never quiet, are they? How are the Annie's Keepers working for you? Do you know what? The Annie's Keepers are working fabulously for me. I love them. The only problem is because I'm still sort of in the throes of slowly working my way over to the system. I've got some projects that are still on bobbins and some projects that I've already put over onto the Annie's Keepers. So I'm sort of transitioning, but I'm not just going to sort of spend all my time changing the whole system, because I'll spend more time changing the whole system than I will actually stitching. So I'm allowing myself to slowly transition over, but thoroughly loving them. And now we've got Lakeside Needlecrafts in the UK that are actually supplying them, which is fabulous. So I don't need to worry about the shipping. Treasy's probably older than I am. I just turned 37 last month. Oh, you young baby, you. No, I'm definitely a lot older than you. A sound woke me up. So then you just thought, do you know what? I'm going to go on YouTube and decide to hang out with Teresa and the gang. Is that how that worked? Good for you. Even if it is 2:27 in the morning. Not sure you're going to appreciate the fact that you're awake at this time come sort of like 5 o'clock this evening, are you? Hi, Snow Angel. Thank you for joining us. Oh, let's put that over there so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, where are we at? I do hope I haven't messed up my counting, because otherwise it's all going to go wrong from this point. What is the fabric that you're stitching on? This fabric is 25 count even weave by Chromatic Alchemy in the colourway Cyrus. Singapore. Well, good evening, Singapore. I think it's evening now, isn't it? I hope you're having a lovely evening this evening. Hello from the US. What is the one thing that surprised you when you started stitching? That I could do it. Because originally I was thinking, I don't think I can do it. And then the more I did it, I was like, actually, I can do this. What was the one thing that surprised you when you started stitching? Done that wrong. You'll be tired by 8:30 tonight. Yes, you will, young lady. How fast my projects got done. You must be a fast stitcher. Because mine definitely weren't fast. But then my first project, our first proper project, was a Heaven and Earth design. So it was a big project to start with. But my theory was it would be the easiest one because it was just X's. There was no back stitch, no navigating. I could just do 10 by 10 blocks. But I definitely didn't get lots of finishes as soon as I started. Not that I get that many finishes now, because I still do pretty bigger, like the bigger projects rather than the smaller ones. So nice to finally see a live stream from a cross stitcher. Do they? I thought people did live streams. Do they not do live streams? Are there any other cross stitchers that do live stream? I like all those colours together for that piece. It's coming together nicely now, I must admit. Where am I? Unless. A few do on Facebook. Yeah, see, I'm not really a Facebook person. I do try, but it's just not my go-to platform. A few do on Facebook. 57. 57. No age. You're at the prime of your life. It's because you're a cool mum. I'd like to think that I'm a cool mum. And to be honest, I think the reason I decided to go with the whole live stream was because, as you know, I really struggle with what to say. Because I never know what to say if I'm just sitting there rambling along all by myself. I obviously don't have enough to talk about. But see, when we're doing this to me feels like I'm actually sitting here chatting with people, which is sort of a bit like having a chat on the phone. You've only been, Donna, so you've only been stitching 17 months. Check you out. I haven't seen any other stitchers do live stream. I don't know. I've never. I'm trying to think whether I've seen live streams. I've no idea what kind of mum. I'm sure you're an adorable mum. Yes, you do look younger, Cheryl. Your picture does not tell me that you're 57 years old. But then, hey, in today's world, does it matter? Only seen live stream for DP. Well, there you go, Snow Angel. We have a little bit of cross-stitching live stream on YouTube. Obviously, the fact that I'm doing this from my house in the middle of the day, I don't know whether the quality and whether anything becomes a problem if I live stream in the evening. Lolly, there's a question for you. So if we did a live stream when sort of more aligned to, say, the US, and I did a live stream in the evening, would that potentially affect the quality of the live stream? It's just a number. Donna, you're completely right. It is just a number. And I stopped counting at 35, I'll be honest. What's this? No, not unless you... Well done, Lolly. So in other words, what you're telling me is I'm only allowed to live stream providing you're not uploading your videos. I'm a weird mum with a dry sense of humour. My husband says our daughter got her weirdness from me. I don't know if he means it was in a nice way. But if it makes you feel any better, we have the same sort of things here in my household. It amazes me though, doesn't it amaze you that when you've got family members where it's sort of like, the husband will say, oh, well, that's where she takes after you. And then, something else will come up and they'll be like, oh, well, if it's something good, well, that's because she takes after me. I'm like, really? You think you have all the best traits, do you? Hello from Merseyside. Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining my little tester live stream. Or taster live stream, I'm not sure which. So I just want to double check because obviously this is the first time I've done this. So I've absolutely no idea what I'm doing. What I do, but it's the first time I've done this. So question to you as you're on the end of the screen, is the chat box in the video a distraction or is it quite nice? Do you like that or not? I don't want anything that's going to be distracting. So you'll have to tell me whether that's... Because I was just thinking, not everyone's sort of sitting there watching the screen, are they? But then at the same time, for some people, they might want to look up and be able to see it. But I don't know what you look at. Quit counting my age now as well. Definitely. I quitted at 35. So now when anyone asks me my age, I'm like, do I have to actually think about it? But I do know what it is. I'm going to quit. Perfect. Okay. As long as it's not making the screen too busy and annoying anyone. I wouldn't want to annoy anyone with stuff that keeps popping up on the screen. I'm not actually watching as I'm stitching along. That's fine. You don't need to watch. If you're sitting there listening to my lovely Essex dulcet tones. Right, where are we? How much thread have we got? Yeah, we've got enough thread. Oh, don't put that in the screen. You nearly got a complete flash of my chart then. Guess many are stitching with you. This is the actual stitch with me. You're not wrong there. You're doing an awesome job and think the chat box is great. Perfect. Move the camera, Mum. Make sure it doesn't freeze. Have I frozen? It's because I'm sitting here watching people. I'm watching people talk to me. Oh, no, it's definitely working still. Thank you for the heads up though, Lol. See, this is like having hands-on technical support. No, but it will if you don't move it for 30 minutes. Oh, okay, I'm with you. Okay, I'm going to have to quickly just move this. Oh. There we go. I've moved it. Good morning, the Stitcher twin. Teresa, you stitch the flesh on the lady that you're stitching 1/1. Yes. Yes, I do. For my sins. It's not the most pleasant of experiences. It gets a bit boring. Hence the reason why I sort of do a bit of skin, then I move on and go do something else, and then I come back to the skin. Because otherwise I just find that it's just all too much 1/1 and takes forever. I think you're so clever to have worked out how to live stream with 2 cameras. Well, I can't take all the credit for that, for the whole live stream with 2 cameras. I mean, I had the vision that that was what I wanted. I wanted to make it so that I could interact so that you could still see me, but also have the stitching. And basically I asked my daughter how we could find a way for that to happen. It's taken a little while to get it right and to get it set up, because there are different ways to do it, but then I wasn't prepared to compromise on the quality either. So yes, we could have it so that you could still see my stitching and my face with just webcams, but the webcams weren't good enough, so we still needed a way to use a camera, because the camera is actually what gives you the better quality, at least for the stitching part. Not so much my face. We don't need to have great quality for that. I don't mind if I don't see any movement. I just like to hear your rambling. Well, it's a good job you like a bit of rambling, because you know that I love to ramble. Unintentionally, of course, it just happens that way. I dread skin, so I stitch it 2/2. Yes, I must admit, I'm not a lover of stitching skin with the 1/1, but I do love the overall effect of it. So then I sort of, a couple of times I've actually sat there and thought, you know what, don't bother with the skin 1/1, because it's too much hassle. But by the time I actually get to it, I'm just like, no, because I'll be kicking myself afterwards if I don't like it. So I always end up going back and just sort of going, 1/1 skin, here we go. 1, 2, so that wants 2 in. But without skin, we don't have our lovely ladies. No, we don't. I'm a fan of 18 count Ada. Do you have a favourite? Do I have a favourite? I would honestly say that my favourite fabrics are either 25 count or 28 count, but I like the delicacy of a 28 count, but it doesn't always like my eyes, especially on a hand dyed. So my overall preference is predominantly a 25 count, because I find that a lot easier to stitch on, regardless of its colour. I used to stitch on 18 count Ada. In fact, most of my older Hades, so my Grace Faces and what was the other one? Grace Faces and Faces of Fury, they were both stitched on an 18 count Ada. Hi Wending Stitches, lovely for you to join us. Yes, this is the test live stream. I thought if I do it in the morning when it's more sort of European and UK based, if it was going to go really badly, then you would all forgive me if it just sort of disappeared. So lovely to have you hang out with us. You're always busy writing pattern notes, aren't you? You do some gorgeous patterns. I love the look with the 1/1. It looks better. Not so blocky. Yeah, I must admit that is the one thing that I actually prefer on the ladies. The delicate look of the skin, which is why I sort of just succumb to the whole 1/1. I think it gives them a bit more of a natural look. Okay, where are we at? We're there. I've got one big one, 2 small ones, one more small one. So what plans has everybody got today? Are you just sitting and stitching, or have you got things that you've got to do? I mean, we know Lucy's working. Mags is just chilling, stitching. Cheryl needs to go back to bed, get some beauty sleep. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better, thank you. This past sort of don't know, the past 4 or 5 days really has made a big difference to my recovery. Things are starting to, you know, I can get around it. That's the bit that I can't stand, is the whole, you know, when you're post surgery and you can't really get around, you can't really do anything. Because I sit there thinking of all the things that I could be doing that I can't do. It's a bit like having to go to work when you're sitting there looking at all the things that you want to do or would love to do, but you can't because you've got to go to work. It's sort of the same thing. I need to go and pack my bags for a weekend away. Oh, that sounds nice. Nice Easter weekend away, huh? Off anywhere nice? Or should we not ask? I'm on annual leave today, so we'll definitely be stitching my heart away. Oh, what a day to have annual leave. Good choice. Right before the bank holiday. Hi, Amelia. Thank you for joining me. Just relaxing, so I'm having some pregnant-related health issues. My daughter is at school right now, so I'm home alone. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I do hope that you're spending the time wisely with your feet up. Off to visit your parents. Lovely. Cross-stitch button. Yay, my Annie's keeps have been arriving. Okay, so question, cross-stitch button. Are you going to be transferring over to the Annie's Keeps as a whole, or are you transitioning slowly like me? I'm finishing up spring cleaning. I just have a few things I need to do, then I can relax. There's nothing quite like a bit of spring deep cleaning, is there? It has to be done, I'm afraid. No feet up, as I can't stitch that way. I usually do what I want since I'm retired from nursing, but we are getting ready to sell our house to get a smaller one. So much stuff we gathered after 28 years in the house. Yes. That's the only trouble, isn't it? When you've lived in a house for years and years and years, it's an accumulation of your life that you accumulate. Although I must admit, I'm fairly good. I'm not really I don't keep everything. I'm a bit selective about things that I keep. My way of dealing with stuff is like, should I keep it or should I get rid of it? Because I can't do clutter and I can't do lots and lots of stuff. Is if I haven't used it or I haven't worn it for 2 years, then there's no point in me keeping it. And I'm like that with everything. don't get me wrong, that's not to say that sometimes it's come and bit me later, when sort of 3 years later I'm thinking, oh, where's that so-and-so? And I'm thinking, oh, I threw that away. But it does stop me from sort of ending up with too much stuff. Not that I'm intending to move anytime soon. It's my wedding anniversary tomorrow, so should really go buy my husband his anniversary present. I'm enjoying watching your live stream. Karen, I'm sorry. Your husband's very lucky that he gets an anniversary present. I don't get my husband an anniversary present, apart from a big one. So if we get to like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, when we get to those, I normally buy him a bottle of rum, like good quality, expensive rum. He gets a card. That's about it. So I think Karen, you're already pushing the boat out for him. But that is lovely, and I'm sorry that I'm stopping you from leaving to go and get anniversary presents. Hola, Amelia. Okay. Okay. That's it. Right, what is the time, people? Let's have a little look. It is that time, I'm afraid. I think I'm going to have to head off and stop stitching. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. And I hope I didn't ramble too much. But it was, do you know what? This has been so much better than I thought it was going to be because I've had people to talk to. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. What's that? I made myself a cuppa. See, now that's what I need. I need a nice cup of coffee now. And then go and sit in the garden with it and do some al fresco coffee drinking. So wonderfully, thank you everyone for hanging out. The fact that this has gone as well as it has, I think it's definitely something we'll do again. Only snag with something like this is obviously the fact that I work Monday to Friday normally makes it a little bit more tricky to do these in the morning. Although I suppose I could do them on a Saturday or Sunday morning every now and then. I would say predominantly it would be more evening-y that I would do these sorts of things. But yeah, so watch this space. I will make sure to do another live video soon. Maybe I'll do one in the mornings and one in the afternoons. So that way it covers sort of US people, but it also covers European and, you know, Far East in the mornings and UK. So maybe I'll do 2 different ones if I can. So thank you so much for hanging out. You've all been fabulous. I hope you all have a great day. If I don't speak to you before, I hope you all have a wonderful Easter. So yeah, that's me done. I think it's time for me to head off and make that cup of coffee because it's in desperate need. So thank you ever so much, everyone. Bye bye for now. See you next time.